Is Ron Donkersloot, or if you were to say it in the Dutch way, you would say Donkersloot. And I am an opa as well, a grandparent, so I'm wearing, although I don't have, my grandchildren aren't at this school, but I relate to you all, because I'm one of you. And I'm so glad that you guys are here. And our kids really want to put on a little bit of a show for you, kind of just say how much you mean to them. And so you don't want to hear me talking all the time. I am going to open with a word of prayer. I have a few questions to ask, and then we will start with our program. So yeah, let's begin with a word of prayer. Father, we are so grateful for family, for grandparents, friends, aunts, just people who care about these little ones that are here at school. We are so grateful that we can come together and we can celebrate the life of each one of these children and how they just are beginning to bloom and blossom and grow into the gifts that you have given to them. And we are just so excited that we get to be part of that story as a school and helping them grow in that. And so, Lord, bless this time, bless this celebration, and may your name be glorified in all that we do and say. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Awesome. So good to see you. Okay, I have a few questions. So first off, I kind of hinted at this. How many great-grandparents are here? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. 7 great-grandparents here. That is fantastic. And great aunts as well. That's awesome. That is great. I don't know how I've asked that question before. That's great to know. That's fantastic. Now, I do have another question. I'm kind of curious to know how far people have come. Now, this is exclusive to grandparents, grandfriends, great-grandparents. What's the farthest distance anybody has come to attend this event? Okay, so like if you've come from the interior to attend, who's come from the interior? Okay. Kelowna? Guys from Kelowna? Kelowna? Anybody else from, let's say, the other side of Canada or something like that? Hope? Came from Hope? Okay. Anybody from another province? Oh? No? Yes? Oh, a different country, yes. They've come all the way from another country to be here? Now that's impressive. What country? The States. All right. Okay. So we have a couple of door prizes for those people. So where are our door prize people? Are they out there? We gotta find our door prize people. Those of you who are from Kelowna, put your hands up again. Those of you that came in from Kelowna, we have a door prize for you over here as well. The grandparents that came from the United States over there. We want to make sure that we recognize the distances that you have all come from. Okay, now the next question I have is, who has the youngest grandchild? So, do any of you have a grandchild that was born, let's say, in the last few weeks? February 11? What? February 10th? That's astounding. Okay, so February 11 and February 10, those qualify for door prizes. Yes, Edgar.
We have a great grandson, February the 8th.
What was the date? What was the date?
February the 8th.
Oh, February 8th. Okay, that's another door prize. Do we have any more door prizes? Yeah, that's fantastic. And one up here as well. Pardon?
Tomorrow is the one. I gave her.
Oh, tomorrow! You're not born yet, so... That's awesome. Not born yet, okay. All right, and the last question I have for you, because we want to get out of the program. Who has the most grandchildren? Now, I have 10 grandchildren. So who has more than that? Okay, now let's see. Okay, so 12. How many? Pardon? 14. 14. Anybody have more than 14? Pardon? 28. 28. Anybody have more than 28? Yes. 22? Okay, that's a door prize as well. 28, 22. You guys got me beat hands down. That's amazing. That is just amazing. Wow. Actually, I have one more question. Who's been the grandparent of Valley Christian School children the longest? So, let's say, I know some of you, probably some of the kids that have been here, well, some families have been here a long, long time. So I am curious, who's been a grandparent of Valley Christian students, let's say longer than 15 years? Okay, so we got 1, 2 over here. How many years have you been a grandparent of Valley Christian students? So they're 30. Okay, so probably 50. Over here, Mrs. Bilkey? 33 years. Wow. Yes. 39 years?
My oldest is turning 45, so she's looking around.
That's amazing. 39 years. Well, I don't know how many door prizes we have, but if you've been a grandparent for 30 years or longer of VCS students, put your hand up. You qualify over there. So this one over here, and over here. That is fantastic. And over there. 35, 39. That's pretty astounding. But it shows faithfulness. And faithfulness in the sense that the school's been able to be here this long. Faithfulness as far as what you have done as grandparents in just kind of nurturing these kids. And so we are so delighted. So I don't want to take any more time because these kids are itching and ready to kind of show you what they have worked on for you. So we will begin with, I think it's the grade, yes, the grade 2, 3s are coming in. They're coming in over here. And after they're done, I have a skill testing question for you, but we'll let them first come in. you, grade 2 threes. And you should be giving a round of applause as we go along. Well, those of you that have been at a few of these Grandparents' Days know that we kind of have a bit of a routine that we do. One of the things is we want to just test the knowledge of our grandparents and grandfriends, etc. We want to see, you're in school, so we should give you at least a little bit of a test. So here is the first skill testing question that you have from the grade 2-3 class. Can we post it up there? Yes. We have one of the students here who will tell us the correct answer. What is the capital city of Nunavut? Is it A, Iqaluit, or B, Whitehorse, or is it C, Iqaluit? Which of those, how many of you think it's A? Put your hands up. All right, how many of you think it's B, Whitehorse? When I went to school, none of it didn't exist. I think that for all of us, none of it wasn't the place capital. And 3, or C, Iqaluit. Anybody think? Okay. Well, Kobe here is going to tell us what the correct answer is. Go stand in front of that mic, Kobe, and tell us what is that answer. It is A. Iqaluit. Thank you, Kobe. All right. Now we have the grade 3-4s that are going to present something for you. So as they file off, they also have a skill testing question for you. So we have a skill testing question for you from the grade 3-4 class. They study a little bit of Canadian geography, so we'll see what you guys know of Canadian geography here. What province in Canada has a magnetic hill where gravity works the other way? A magnetic hill where gravity works the other way. Is it A, Nova Scotia? Is it B, Labrador? Is it C, New Brunswick? Now we gave you, it's all on the east coast of Canada, so we're helping you out here. So how many of you think it's A, Nova Scotia? Just put your hands up. How many of you think it's B, Labrador? How many of you think it's C, New Brunswick? Yep. Wow, you guys are good. Annabelle, would you please tell us what the correct answer is?
New Brunswick.
It is New Brunswick. Thank you, Annabelle. So, how many of you are 2 for 2 so far? Okay, good. I'm just keeping track of your score here, so I'm glad to hear that. Okay, kindergartens are going to come and present something for you. Thank you, kindergarten. You guys are so awesome. You can see we have a number of kindergarten students, so we got a full class, and that's awesome. Yeah, very, very cool. Well, they have a skill testing question for you as well, these kindergarten students. And their question is, who was the first French Prime Minister in Canada? Okay, so don't tell them yet, Henry. Don't give them the answer yet. So was it Sir John A. Macdonald, was it Pierre Trudeau, or was it Wilfrid Laurier? So how many of you think it's John A. Macdonald? All right, how many of you think it's Pierre Trudeau? And how many of you think it's Wilfrid Laurier? Now, Henry, tell us, what's the answer? It's Wilfrid Laurier. Thank you, Henry. We can go back to class. Well done, buddy. All right, who's batting 3 for 3? Okay, good. Nicely done, guys. Great job. That one was a little tougher one. But I'm impressed. You guys have that done well. Great 4 5s are here ready to present something to you.
This mic is a good one.
Hey guys, 4 5s, we're here to entertain you with some jokes and riddles. Stay with us, duck, and you're allowed to roll your eyes and groan if you need to. Okay? You understand?
Why are chefs so mean? They mash potatoes and whipped cream. Knock knock. Needle. Needle to help opening the door. I didn't know what's cost to learn. See, neighbor. Knock knock. A little old lady. Hey, I didn't know you could do it all. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies! Knock knock. Spell. W-H-O. How much does it cost Santa to wreck his sleigh? No, it's on the house. Knock knock. Woo. Look at so excited, it's just a joke. What happens when a story gets run over crossing the street? Traffic jam. Why did Billy get fired from the banana factory? He threw away all the bent ones. Why did the turkey cross the road? Because it was the chicken's day off. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. Knock knock. Who's there? Cargo. Cargo. Beep beep. Vroom vroom. I used to play piano by ear. Now I use my hands. I don't trust this cheese. They seem a little shaky. Why did the scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Knock knock. Arthur. Arthur, any knock knock jokes left? I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Did you hear the rumor about butter? Well, I'm not gonna spread it.
What kind of a car does an egg drive? A Volkswagen.
What do you call a factory that sells okay products? Satisfactory. Books can you put in an empty backpack? One, because then it's not empty anymore.
Thanks, grade 4-5, for sharing those awesome jokes with us. Marcelo, you're going to come on up because you're going to help us with the next question, the skill testing question. Mike's over there, Marcelo. So, I don't know how many of you studied Spanish when you were young, but when I was going to school, it was French that I studied. I took 4 years of French. I don't know very much French, but these guys know a little bit better. El Gato Blanco. El Gato Blanco, did I say it right? Yes, okay. Is Spanish for A, the black goat, B, the white cat, C, the blue table, or D, an invisible gate? How many of you think it is A, the black goat? How many of you think it is B, the white cat? You guys are pretty smart people. C, a blue table, D, an invisible gate. Marcelo, please tell us what is the correct answer for El Gato Blanco? B, the white cat. All right. Very good. Thank you, Marcelo. The grade 5-6s are here to present. It might be a little noisy, but we can handle it. How many of you are batting 4 for 4 now? You guys are good. You guys are good.
Hello, these are Blue Markets, and we're going to be performing a song called Morning Sun.
Thank you, grade 5-6s. This is a question, I'm adding this question into the test. Does anybody know what it was that these guys were playing? What do we call those things? Boom whackers, somebody said, and that is the correct answer. We call them boom whackers. They might be called other things in other countries, but up here we call them boom whackers. Okay, the next question. That's part of the real test. Grade 5-6 asked this question. What kind of simple machine is involved in the movement of an elevator? Which one of these? Is it a pulley? Is it an inclined plane? Is it a wheel and axle? Think carefully now. This is a skill testing question here. How many of you think that it is a pulley that's involved in the movement of an elevator? How many of you think it might be an inclined plane? You guys are a pretty sharp bunch, I'll tell you. Or a wheel and axle. Would you please tell us the answer, Marcus?
It is a pulley.
A pulley. Well done, you guys. Awesome stuff. So how many of you are batting 5 for 5? Okay, yeah, very good. You guys are doing awesome. All right, the grade 6 7s have a presentation that they would like, or no, 7 8s. 7 8s are come out to do a presentation for you all.
Somebody needs the mic, I guess.
Yes, please.
Where do we start?
Hello, my name is Colette, and my Nana, she would sing for me and my siblings when we were little, and we used to have to sing music. And one time, my mom said that she dressed up as Granny from Tweety Bird for a Christmas party. And my papa, he loved ribs and popcorn, and he would steal them from my uncle's and my mom's plate. And my nan, we went to go see her in Newfoundland this summer, and when we were on the boat, we caught 15 cod in just 30 minutes. And also, when the tradition is to kiss the cod. So, I was going to kiss the cod, but I was afraid that my nose would go missing.
My grandma is on the left of the bigger picture. My favorite memory with my grandma is when she would take me and my sister to the movies and eat lots of popcorn, and then she would take us to Dairy Queen after. It was super fun. My papa is the one on the right of the bigger picture. My favorite memory with him is carving wooden hearts and doing puzzles with him. Spending time with him puts a big smile on my face. My mom was sad. My favorite memory with my Nana and Papa were going to Harrison Beach and getting pizza and ice cream. And another memory is when she'd take me out for Dairy Queen and swimming at the leisure center. It's very fun, and I also like how my Nana is super funny. Like when I turn on Michael Jackson, you rip off your sweater and dance around the room. I love spending time with my Nana and Papa.
My mom's side. One of my favorite memories with my Opa is that every time between the ages of 6 and basically up to now, when he would pick us up from school, he would bring us to Tim Hortons to get a donut or two. My Oma. One of my favorite memories of my Oma is baking with her. We would bake bread, buns, cinnamon buns, and my favorite, German pancakes. My dad's side. So my favorite memories of my papa, as funny as it is talking to him about ice cream, because he used to work at a dairy. Some of my favorite memories with my Nana was making homemade Rice Krispies with her and eating chocolate pudding.
My mom's side. This beautiful woman right there is my grandma, Sidonia Cabana. And my favorite memory with her is when she went supposed to go back that night, but she let us stay. This man right here is my grandpa. It's in Cabana. My favorite memory of him is when we'd have family gathering and he'd put our traditional music and start dancing to it.
A memory I have is when I was younger, I used to have an American Girl, and I remember having tea parties with my Oma, and with my doll, so that is another great memory with her. A memory with my grandpa is going hunting with him at his property in Selima. I love you guys both so much. Happy Grandparents Day.
Here are my grandparents from my mom's side. So this is my grandma from my mom's side. Her name is Liliana. She is a creative person who loves to do crafts. And one of the things that she loves doing is embroidery. And one of my favorite memories with her is when she would take me to somewhere to drink and we'd just like sit down and talk. And here's my grandpa from my mom's side. He is like the type of person who loves sports. He's always asking me about sports. Like, no, when are you gonna join a soccer team? Well, yeah, and he also is very hardworking. And one of my favorite memories with him is when he asked me, how was your day at school? Like, how was your day been? What have you been doing? Did you get an F on your test? Yeah. Here is my grandma, and from my dad's side. She is the type of person who loves visiting places, and she loves trying different foods, and loves making presents for people, and she likes seeing the reactions when they open it. And one of my favorite memories of her is when I was little, I would visit her house, and we'd play with her dog together. And here's my grandpa from my dad's side. He is very tough, not a person to be reckoned with, always wins every single argument. And he works a lot. He's always traveling to different places in his truck. He goes to America, like, most of the time, but he's not usually home. So one of my favorite memories with him, it was when he took me on his big truck on one of his errands in Chile. And I love my grandparents a lot, and I really appreciate them.
This is my dad's side. My grandma is on the right, and my grandpa's on the left. And it's always so much fun to go and see them. And they're getting in, and they make me jollof rice, and it's so good. And since I was little, they'd always give me money. And my dad got to make a bank account for me to keep all the money. And so yeah, now that I'm older, I have a bunch. On my mom's side, my grandma is French, and grandma is French for grandma. But we just say mamai because that's how we pronounce it. It's a type of tradition that we have. And my mamai is super fun, and I always love being with her. And she spoils me and my cousins, and we have a lot of fun. My papa on my mom's side, he's Jamaican, and he's really fun, and I always get to talk about God with him and stuff. And so, yeah.
My favorite memories with my Oma and Opa are when we go to their farm. We sometimes go to football or basketball games with my Oma. I remember my Oma would always come to important days for all her grandkids, like birthdays or any school events, no matter how far away they were. My grandma lives in Vancouver, so we always go there and do fun stuff with her. We go places like Science World or the aquarium or to see movies. Usually we spend the day with her. It's always really fun.
My favorite thing to do with my grandma is baking cookies and playing cards with her. And my favorite memory of my grandpa is when he helped me learn to ride my dirt bike, and when we went to McDonald's and got some food together. That was fun. And my favorite memory with my Nana is when we went to her house and we made edible Play-Doh, then we made people out of them and ate it. And my favorite memory with my Papa is when we went to the island and ate fresh oysters.
My favorite memory with my Oma is going to her house and getting to bake with her. Another one is when my mom's side of the family all went to Hawaii, including her. Few of my favorite memories with my grandpa. One of them is staying at his property in 70 Mile House when my dad and mom go hunting. Another one is him taking me shopping at 7 Oaks Mall for my birthday with my sister, and I got a whole bunch of stuff. And thanks for being such awesome grandparents. P.S. I love you.
My favorite memory with my grandma is when we would go to her house at Christmas time. And my favorite memory with my Oma and Opa is when we baked cupcakes.
My favorite memory with my grandparents on my dad's side is making cookies with them on Christmas. Another really good memory I like is when they take me to Great Wolf Lodge. We had a blast and had lots of fun. My grandma would always find what to spoil us kids, and my grandpa would always play with us upstairs. My favorite memory of my grandparents on my mom's side is on Christmas because my grandma always makes the best homemade pierogies ever. My grandpa would always turn on a show for us kids, and we always have a dinner filled with laughs and smiles.
My favorite memory of my grandma from my mom's side is when we would go to her house and have sleepovers, and she would let us jump on her bed. I don't really remember a memory with my grandma from my dad's side, but I heard that she was great, and even though I never got to see her.
My name is Michael. My favorite memory of my Opa is when in our old house, when I was about 7 or 8, my Opa would throw a ball down the hallway, and I would run after it and bring it back for hours and hours. My favorite memory of my Oma is when we would make cookies, I would eat all the batter from the cookies.
I love my grandpa so much. He always makes jokes that make me laugh. He loves taking care of his horses, canning fruit, going to Tim Hortons with his friends, and playing board games, and telling fun stories about his childhood and his awesome story about how he became a Christian. And he loves being with his family. He loves God more than anything in the world, and he claims the best decision in his life that he ever made was first becoming a Christian and second marrying my grandma. He's the most wisest person I've ever met. I love my grandma so much. She loves having fun with her family, taking care of her loved ones, making delicious meals and desserts, and being an awesome grandma. She has the most hospitality than anyone I know. She loves having people over, and she makes me so happy all the time. And she always reminds me that I'm loved. She and my grandpa love each other so much and have an incredible bond. She loves being with him, and I love my grandma so much. I love my grandma so much. She loves to be with her friends, worship God, and have fun with her family. She loves taking her grandchildren out for treats. She always finds fun crafts to do for me and my cousins to do during camping, but also in our daily life. She loves making wood signs and macrame cricketing stuff and other fun things and selling them at her annual pop-up market. I love her so much. Happy Grandparents' Day.
My grandparents' names are Phil and Shan. I love them because I feel like they love me the most. And they took care of me for most of my life. And they have given me more than I have asked for. They have always been my number one grandparents. My favorite memories with them is taking me out shopping or me baking with them. I love seeing them enjoy my treats.
Dee is my grandma on my dad's side and is really nice. If you want a delicious, good-looking cake done, she's the one to ask. Dee makes the best desserts and is really nice. One of my favorite memories with her is watching Top Gun and also getting hopped up on shit. Papa Joe is really good at anything that has to do with nature. He can set up tent really fast and is amazing at kayaking. He's really nice and knows all the best hikes. One of my favorite memories with him is doing the Bower Lakes together. I'm really lucky to have such good grandparents, and I love them both a lot.
There are a lot of awesome memories I've had with my grandma and my grandpa, but my favorite is when we would go to Burnaby Village for Halloween together or going record shopping with my grandpa. My favorite memory with my Nana and my Papa is probably all the awesome birthday parties we throw for everyone, or going on a ride in my Papa
much you said. My favorite memory of my great-grandparents is probably when my great-grandma would make lemon meringue pie and jello with fruit in it for a family dinner. My favorite memory with my great-grandpa and my Gigi is probably when we would go to their house for tea parties. We used to have them with cookies and my grandma's really cool teacups.
My favorite memories of my grandparents and my dad's son. My grandpa and I like to make lots of crafts. We have nicknames for each other. We also like to go paddleboarding. My grandma and I like to cook together. Our special dish is macaroni with real cheese and breadcrumbs sprinkled on top. My favorite memory on my grandparents on my mom's side. We go to the sways together in the summer. We go to the beach, and my favorite place is Rattlesnake Canyon. I love when my granny makes cookies for Christmas. My papa makes games for me and my siblings. No matter if we win or not, we get treats. After the game, he also makes really funny but cheesy dad jokes. He's the loudest person I know.
My favorite memory of Manjima Jiba is having sleepovers all my life, and they always have great lunches. And then my favorite memory with my Nana and Papa, it took place last summer when my Aunt Sherry and her daughters came from home to visit, and we had a lot of fun going my aunt's wedding. And my favorite memory with my grandma and grandpa was probably when my grandpa had his 60th birthday and we went bowling.
My grandma can cook really well, as good as baking cakes and cookies. She's also really good at art. My favorite memory of my grandma is when I had a school project with her and I had to bake something as a family member, so we made cookies. My grandpa can build really cool stuff, and he sometimes helps prepare the school playground. My favorite memory of my grandpa is when we would watch nature adventure stuff together. My Oma is a really good cook, and she lives in the Nanaimo with my family. My favorite memory of my Oma is when she came over for a sleepover to take care of me and my siblings. My Opa is really good at resting on the couch, but he loves to watch TV. My favorite memory of my Opa is when my family would go to his house and sit there and have a conversation, and my sisters would watch a show on the TV.
My favorite memory with grandma and grandpa and dad's side is going over to the house and eating there because they're always doing yummy food and also because they're always so nice to me. One of my favorite memories of my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side is going to the Philippines and soon we'll be going to the beach again.
My favorite memory with my Oma is making Dutch pancakes with her, and she loves to spoil us. I love my papa. He's really funny and likes to spoil us also on treats. When he comes, he gives us money to help him unpack and pack up. My Oma sometimes gets mad at him.
Grandparents Day, love
Well done, thank you. So we had a slight change in order, so grade 7 and 8 actually are going to go off because the grade 1 somehow got missed, and they need to be able to perform. So choir members just way out back there as well. Grade 7, 8s, and who's the person for our skill testing question? Okay, Christina, that's right. So you guys may go off, and then we'll ask the skill testing question. Yeah, I'm talking to you, or looking at you, talking to them. So you stay put. They need to leave for a second. I really enjoyed some of those pictures and the stories. The one of the grandfather in his wedding picture in the white tux. I don't know if you noticed that picture, but it was like, I had that same tux back in the day. All right, how many elements are in the periodic or on the periodic table? So periodic table elements, chemistry, all that fun stuff. See what we know of that. Are there 120? Are there 92? Are there 118? Or are there 115? How many do you think that there are 120? How many of you think there are 92? How many of you think there are 118? And how many of you think there are 150? All right, well, Christiane will tell us the answer.
The answer is C,
118. C, 118. Boy, you guys are pretty good. I'm impressed. You guys would pass if you were still in school here. All right, so our grade ones have a little song that they're going to sing for you, and then we have another skill testing question from them.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Buenas noches, cada día va muy bien, del sol hasta la luna. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Buenas noches, cada día va muy bien, del sol hasta la luna. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias.
All right, thank you, grade ones. You guys were awesome. Evelyn's going to stay here. We have another skill testing question for you, grandparents. What is the smallest bone in the body? Is it the stapes, the femur, or the scapula? Well, how many of you think it's A, the stapes? How many of you think it's B, the femur? How many of you think it's C, the scapula? Or scapula? Not scapula, scapula. Well, Evelyn, will you please tell us the answer? And it's A, the stapes. Well done, you guys. Evelyn, thank you. You may go back to class. We are rapidly running out of time, so choir is going to sing for you, and then I have a few instructions for you because some of you would love to see your grandchildren's classrooms, etc. We want to allow for that. So the choir is just coming in, and after they are done, I'll give you some last-minute instructions, and then I will let you go. So, we're so grateful for you as grandparents, for all the time and love that you invest in your grandchildren, and in all of these kids. And so this afternoon is just a little bit of a way of saying thank you, and just a little opportunity for you to kind of be part of the story here. And so, as we dismiss, you will probably want to see various classrooms. And so I want to tell you where classrooms are. So in that way, in the lower level, we have kindergarten and grade 1. In this wing, on the lower level, we have grade 2-3 class. Upstairs, we have the grade 7-8s and the 5-6s on that side, and then the grade 3-4s and the 4-5s on that side, upstairs. You are welcome. We're ready for you to come and see. We don't have a ton of time, unfortunately, but they would love for you to be able to just kind of see a little bit of what their classroom looks like, what they're doing, so you are welcome to see all of that. There's some refreshments back here. Thanks to Helping Hands for that. Actually, primarily Sophia Pilkey, but so many others for baking, etc. The badges were made by Carmela Maddie, and obviously the staff, put a lot of work into all of these various things, choir, etc. So thank you, Mrs. Lepke, for the work of the choir. Guys,